Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back for another week of wrestling discussion. I hope everybody enjoyed the Hall of Fame game and the debacle that it was. And I hope everybody else is enjoying all the good college football stuff that we're getting ready for. But on the wrestling side, we're getting ready for the biggest party of the summer. And me and my partner, that's to the left of me, as always, Darnell the Playmaker Solins. How you doing, Darnell?
We'll get into it.
Okay, yeah, whatever. And so we're gonna talk about SummerSlam. We're gonna talk about all the things that we're getting ready for. All the things like Seth versus Brock 75. All the things like Kofi versus Randy 10 years after it should have happened, but that means that's probably gonna be good. Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz 44. What else am I missing? We got Bayley versus Ember Moon for the first time. That's great. But the build-up in this 50-50 booking, it's something. But I mean, Darnell, last week, after the Raw reunion show, there was a segment of the fan base that made a hashtag give the women a chance. And I mean, I really don't know where they've been, but I think people listened because we have our first ever pregnant champion. I'm pretty sure she is the first ever pregnant champion. I'm almost positive. Way, in case you guys have been out of touch. Maria Kanellis, who pinned her husband Mike Kanellis to win the 24/7 championship. If you're trying to connect those dots, that's what happened.
A lot of stuff happened on Raw. My founders had said, you might think I'm overreacting, but this week of wrestling, it made me a bit uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable in what way?
First of all, you just said a pregnant champion has the 24. A pregnant woman has a 24/7 title.
Kind of makes you wonder how she's gonna lose it.
In whatever way you think is like uncomfortable to think of.
Because I mean, like they had the segment where she was holding the belt up and she was saying first ever pregnant champion. And you can see all the dudes just kind of like standing. Because it's like, okay, like how are you gonna chase after and like harass and stalk a pregnant woman who's 24/7 champion?
And you can tell she's pregnant. For those who was asking if she's really pregnant, you can see that she's pregnant. It is showing.
And it's crazy because R-Truth and Drake Maverick and his wife have done some absurd skits, straight up absurd skits. But we also have to remember, like, WWE is balancing the need to increase their ratings and make the television executives at USA and eventually Fox happy with the fact that they're a publicly traded company in a time where anything is offensive. They have now put a comedy championship on a pregnant woman. R-Truth, and for the people who know where I'm going, I don't even really need to say it because I don't even want to say it. But if R-Truth does a skit where he pins a pregnant woman for the 24/7 championship and proceeds to scream off my baby, as he runs away, how much longer are we going to have the 24/7 championship?
At first, I was going to come on the podcast and I'll say, shout out to Mike Kanellis. He's a champion. After everything he's been through, he's a champion. And then the wife happened.
Made him lay down.
The only way this can be salvaged, Mike Kanellis has to be a 2-time champion.
I mean, it's going to take more than another 24/7 championship reign to salvage this man's reputation. But, I mean, that would be a start, I guess.
I'm saying it's to salvage the 24/7 championship.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's the only way. They would have to be, and even then, even as a married man, I can understand your discomfort because the scenarios you have to think of to where, again, a pregnant woman can be pinned for a championship is...
The only way you can get through is with the husband. That is it.
It's amazing the lengths that WWE is going to like get us talking and get us, watching the show. Because Darnell, I'm gonna just, run through it real quick because obviously we're gonna talk about it more. But we got Ricochet after, blessing in disguise, maybe not being part of the DX and NWO segment last week, winning a gauntlet match to challenge AJ Styles for the US title. Again, No automatic rematches, but a lot of rematches going on. You got the OC winning the tag team championships for the first time since the one WrestleMania where the Hardy Boys came back and New Day was hosting. That's where they lost their first one. You got, Becky Lynch winning 2 matches. Then Natalya showing some edge to her. And then you even had Brock Lesnar show up and get that extra TV payday. Darnell, there was a lot of wrestling-related stuff. A lot of championship-related stuff. What?
The show.
Which one? I just said like 4.
Yeah, you said 4, but it's only one that made me very uncomfortable besides Maria. And Paul Heyman, you can see the look in Paul Heyman's face.
Paul Heyman sure knows how to get her done.
Paul Heyman's looking like, dude, I have to run the show still. You just took out like the top guy.
Like when you're not here, he is. What are you doing?
That was very uncomfortable to watch. Quite frankly, I tweeted like they should have just ended the show right there because that was so uncomfortable to watch.
That's the thing. That's another thing. Cause see, it's not a complete bag for me. I'm glad the tag team championships finally changed hands because every time they put them on the Revival, they don't know what to do. I'm glad that Natalya showed some personality this go around in this feud. I hope this personality sticks around whether she wins or loses. I'm happy that, hey, even though Ember Moon probably shouldn't have gotten pinned by Alexa Bliss, who just had 2 SmackDown title matches herself, I'm surprised they did something I honestly didn't see coming. But what I don't understand, what I just can't wrap my head around is why didn't they end the show after that segment with Seth Rollins that went through 2 commercial breaks? And why didn't they end SmackDown with the WWE champion pinning the United States champion? What the hell happened with the ending of the TVs this week with Roman Reigns like quickly taking up like the last 8 minutes of both shows after segments where it's like, okay, we're good, wrap it right there. Like you have 2 huge world title moments, and then you have Roman Reigns just having completely what the hell segments after both events. Why?
Like, I'm sorry that we just jumping around, but it was uncomfortable. Let me put it like this. They both was good shows. It had uncomfortable parts. That was major.
Well, I mean, Raw had uncomfortable parts. That was major.
So, I mean, when I started seeing Seth Rollins coughing up blood, I was like, that's not good.
But that's my thing, though. It should have ended there. Why did it not end there? That was my whole, this is my whole thing. You have Seth Rollins, the former Universal Champion, getting pummeled, polarized, humiliated, anything you want to say by Brock Lesnar. That right there, that's it. You're basically saying no matter what you guys think, no matter how much you guys boo, no matter how much you guys cry, this is the Universal Champion. This has always been a Universal Champion. This is the 3-time Universal Champion. This is the monster. This is the beast. This is the guy that we put up against anybody else you want to throw at it. From AEW, New Japan, Impact, Ring of Honor, CMLL, AAA. This is our guy. Who's yours? And then you just completely, you don't erase it. You don't erase the segment, but you cut it. You cut the smoke. It's like you're telling us that it's all smoke and mirrors by just going from that straight to the Roman Summit.
It wasn't even a summit, it was a freaking melee.
Then, and you may think it's jumping around, Darnell, but it's actually not, because it actually goes in a straight line. The overall point I'm trying to make.
And first of all, with this whole brawl that happened, why did the MC have to attack the Usos? Followed by Samoa Joe attacking Roman Reigns.
keep going because you're helping me make my point. I hope that you get through everybody that showed up in this damn brawl because you're going to help me make the damn point myself. Just please keep going because
I get it. It was supposed to be a something between Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe. I get it. What the other folk come in at? Well, basically, Seth Rollins got his ass whooped. Let's just call it what it was. It was uncomfortable to watch, but he got his ass whooped. Quite frankly, Roman Reigns should be concerned. Becky should be concerned. Smartly, but I was wondering why Becky Lynch went walking with Seth Rollins, and then we found out why. We know, okay, the Usos, they gonna back their cousin up. Yo, Seth Rollins is part of like family to them too, so okay. The OC comes out, attacks them. Roman Reigns finds out he trying to help them. Samoa Joe comes out. Okay, Samoa Joe's mad. He don't want to talk. He don't want no damn summit. He want to fight. They come fighting. Him and Roman Reigns come fighting. The OC comes out of nowhere again, jumps into the fray. So now the Usos got to come in. The Usos come in. Drew McIntyre comes in. Drew McIntyre comes in. Cedric Alexander jumps in. We have 8 men brawling for whatever reason. There should have been only 2.
Now pause, because this is where I have to break down the stupidity of this. Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe doing whatever they're doing themselves is already confusing. Because Samoa Joe is a guy without a title on Raw, and Roman Reigns is a guy without a title on SmackDown. What the hell kind of issue y'all two got with each other that can possibly be more important than the championship and or the champion's bonus? That's the first thing. The second thing is I can understand the Usos coming out because I think when Samoa Joe and everything, I think that's when Drew McIntyre came out because even though Shane wasn't on TV this week, Drew is still a henchman who still cares nothing about being a champion, just being a lackey for Shane. So Drew was trying to sneak in and get some dirty work done. That's when the Usos come out. Even though Drew being a perpetual lackey is already ugly in itself and stupid in itself, you can understand the logic. So Roman Reigns is fighting Samoa Joe. Drew McIntyre wants to get him some. The Usos come out to give back up to Roman Reigns. That's okay. That math makes sense. When the OC comes out, you just won the Raw Tag Team Championships. You just pinned the Usos to win the Raw Tag Team Championships. What in the blue hell do you care about them fighting for their cousin for? You just won a championship. Then, even more confusedly, it's not the guy who's about to face AJ Styles for the United States Championship. It's not the guy that Paul Heyman has taken on as his personal project. It's not the guy that you're basically grooming to be one of the top stars in the future. No, it's Cedric Alexander that comes out to be the 4th babyface. Okay, so wait a minute. So the line is Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns. Okay, they have history, whatever. Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre. Okay, well, I can see the line. He's not related to Joe in any way, but okay. Drew McIntyre, the Usos. Okay, well, they're giving their cousin back up to try to give him the equal hand. The Usos, the OC. This is where it starts getting confusing. What the hell is going on here? You just won the championships. Why do you care? Then, if you went OC Ricochet, it would have made sense because that would have meant Ricochet is a top player and he's going with the big dogs and blah. No. You go Cedric Alexander because of that one time he beat Drew McIntyre with a roll up and he got his ass handed to him the very next week before the bell rung. That came after Brock Lesnar beating Seth Rollins down to hell over 2 commercial breaks. That came after the segment that involved the Universal Championship. That came at the end of the show after Natalya Sosa Edge and Becky Lynch, who only won the main event at WrestleMania, wrestled 2 matches back-to-back. That came after a gauntlet match to decide the number 1 contender for the United States Championship. And that even came after a triple threat match for the Raw Tag Team Championships with 2 legendary tag teams who are probably in the all-time top 25 across wrestling history. That segment, that brawl.
We'll make it even more crazier for you.
What?
Do all this. The winner of the week is Dolph Ziggler.
That's because Dolph Ziggler won a match. That's the first thing. That's because Dolph Ziggler won a match and got booked for SummerSlam. I mean,
the winner of the whole week is Dolph Ziggler. He ain't get beat by Seth Rollins on Monday night because Brock Lesnar showed up.
Give it some more. I mean, just go ahead. Because, I mean, I'm going to tell you, Darnell, we probably went all the way through. We probably went all the way through Raw that we could, unless you want to go into more detail about something.
Look, so you said everything. We knew Seth Rollins was fighting Brock Lesnar, but this whole thing was, Dolph, you super kick Shawn Michaels. You need to get your ass whooped.
Mm-hmm.
This is what this week was supposed to be. Dolph, you need to get your ass whooped for what you did last week.
Need to get it handed to you.
Nope. Seth Rollins got his ass whooped by Brock Lesnar.
Got it handed to him.
He gets to walk away and go off by his business. Dolph Ziggler, as we talking about. Then you said everything about the brawl that happened afterwards. That was stupid. We should go to SmackDown. Shane gives us a good 5-10 minutes of why he's not at SmackDown. Kevin Owens opens up and does what he does as a babyface. Okay, we get it. Drew McIntyre comes out. He tries to sneak attack him, puts him in a match, and
stop right there. And stop right there. Darnell, you remember when I said a couple minutes ago, it seems like I'm jumping all over the place, but I'm actually going in a straight line? Why? Why is Drew McIntyre brawling with Roman Reigns the night before because he's a lackey for Shane McMahon? Then the next night, opening SmackDown and losing to Kevin Owens because Shane isn't there and he has to handle his lightweight. So wait a minute. So what is the straight line anymore? What is jumping around and making sense? What is staying in the straight order? How the hell is any podcaster or radio show on a reputable network or call number supposed to outline what the hell we're going to talk about anymore, Darnell? We just had Drew McIntyre in the main event segment one night going against 7 other people. And then the other night, he's opening and losing to the same guy that he pretty much keeps losing to for the past couple weeks. How am I supposed to buy Drew McIntyre as somebody who's worth being in the last segment of the show when you have him jobbing in the first segment of the show? When the guy he's supposed to be a henchman for isn't even there. You can't sneak attack Owens.
I tried to defend Drew McIntyre. I tried.
What did I tell you back in January?
I tried.
What did I say? You know
anyway,
what? You ain't even got to do it. What did I say? Money in the Bank. Well, we couldn't decide who should lose the match because who would it be worse for? Brother, look at Roman right now. Look at Drew. Look at where Roman was before this dry spell. Look at Drew.
Don't worry, we ain't done with the weird, comfortable stuff. Getting back to Drew, getting back to Dolph Ziggler. Okay, Seth Rollins didn't whoop your ass. You know what? Now who wants to whoop Dolph's ass? Finn Balor wants to whoop Dolph's ass.
There's just a list of people who want to whoop Dolph's ass, huh?
Finn Balor's on his way to doing it, and then the lights went out again. And when some spotlights came on, the Fiend was standing on the ramp. Or standing somewhere. Either on the stage or on the ramp. But standing somewhere. And what happened is Dolph Ziggler super kicks Finn Balor, and you pretty much can count what happened after that.
But Darnell, this is another reason why Dolph Ziggler won the week. They didn't call it a super kick. They called it sweet chin music. All this time, we pretty much knew what Dolph Ziggler's character archetype was. It took a while. We didn't know. For these past couple of years, we've realized what Dolph Ziggler was supposed to be all along. And then in 2019, after the Spirit Squad, after the short frosted tips, After the Trunks, after the Vicky Guerrero saga, after the Edge saga, after the Big E and AJ Lee saga, after all these things in 2019 with the long hair and the tights, he kicked Finn Balor's jaw in and they called it Sweet Chin Music. But Darnell, that isn't even the best part.
No, it's still more to come. And as he said,
No.
Had SummerSlam. Like, okay, so now the Miz gets his turn to whoop Dolph Ziggler's ass.
See, Darnell, you're misinterpreting. The Miz is gonna face Dolph Ziggler, who is now wielding the Sweet Chin Music at SummerSlam, a Big Four pay-per-view. Let's be honest, the only Big Four pay-per-view that matters until January. And he's not going to face the guy whose finisher he took. He's not going to face the character who his is modeled after. He's not even going to face the guy that people compare him to on a regular basis. No, he is going to face The Miz, who isn't doing anything relevant his damn self either. So you set this up. You tease this. And Darnell, what tops it all off, what's the cherry on top? You have him super kick Shawn Michaels. You have Shawn Michaels take a bump. You show us that Shawn Michaels could probably do just one more teensy-wincy 15-minute match, if so be, with the right person. And then later in the show, out of nowhere, for no reason, with no build, and wrestle a whole match against somebody who doesn't have a title and has nothing to do. Why am I supposed to care about who has a championship when you're putting all the big name stuff with people who don't have a championship? Undertaker just wrestled a tag match, no championship. DX versus the Brothers of Destruction, no championship. Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair, no championship.
You was gonna get to that too. That party, the first hour of SmackDown, King's Court, Jerry the King Lawler, home in Memphis. With special guest Trish Stratus, and just for y'all who, I am the biggest Trish Stratus fan. I think you heard about it and I texted to you like Trish Stratus was opponent at SummerSlam. And they made it official on SmackDown.
Yep.
May I say, Charlotte Flair, the Queen, came through on her word.
But it's crazy though, because she said, I'm going to have a better opponent than Ember Moon, which basically said, I'm going to have a better match than the title match. She does have a better match than the title match. So now we have two baby faces, one who inexplicably gets pinned by Alexa Bliss clean in the tag match. Then I think ate another belly to belly after the match.
I seen that coming. Yeah, I hope y'all seen that coming.
You should have. But the whole thing is like, dude, wait a minute. So this is your first time. This is your first time in a notable feud on the main roster. You had to wait your turn after getting drafted, all that good stuff, whatever. She's here now, Darnell. They open up with her showing that she's here for gold and nothing else by just giving the eclipse to everybody in distance. The next week, she gets pinned by somebody from Raw in a tag match and then gets hit with a belly to belly.
The belly to belly ain't the part. It's the losing to Alexa Bliss. It's the confusing part.
Because, okay, so you know what? Tit for tat, get her back. That's all good. But tit for tat, get her back when she gets pinned in the tag match by somebody who just lost 2 matches? Then Charlotte Flair just comes out and says, I'm going to face Trish Stratus at SummerSlam. I'm like, bruh, come on. What's the outline supposed to be? Yeah, how was I jumping all over the place 10 minutes ago, but this just all makes sense in WWE land? How does this make sense? And we're not even to the best part yet.
So now we have 2 Canadians fighting in Toronto at SummerSlam.
Wait a minute, hold on.
No, take it back. 4, I believe correctly, unless I missed it. Because Sami Zayn wants to knock on Aleister Black's door.
Oh yeah, Kevin Owens is Canadian. Okay, and Aleister Black is Dutch.
Sami Zayn wants to take a crack at the Dutch.
I mean, that's going to be a 5-minute match, but Sami Zayn, once again, somebody with nothing to do.
Good luck to Sami Zayn.
You would have told me way back when, after Aleister Black and Ricochet break up, that Aleister Black would be the one just having random dummy matches while Ricochet chases the championship. I would have said, uh-uh. I would have said, well, what kind of dummy matches? I don't understand. Ricochet, a high flyer on Raw, is getting another United States Championship opportunity after already holding the belt and beating Samoa Joe for it. And Aleister Black is still doing the "Who will pick a fight with me" promos.
And by the way, word is going around. I haven't seen confirmation yet, but it looks like Ali might be going to SummerSlam for an Intercontinental title match.
Well, you know, when you pin the champion on TV, Darnell, I mean, but 2 weeks to go before the show, mind you, at that.
So you have that. Real quickly before we finish off on SmackDown and we get to the good stuff. There's one title I didn't see this week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting very annoying right about now.
Uh-huh.
As you can hear the thunder behind me. Yeah, I'm getting very annoyed and very angry right about now. Where are the freaking Iconic?
You know,
why the Women's Tag Team Championships? The biggest party of the summer. They weasel their way out of a match with the Kabuki Warriors, and we haven't heard anything since.
Well, that is a lot of things. Darnell, it's ironic that you bring up the fact that the Iconics and the Women's Tag Team Championships weren't on TV when the word on the street is the SmackDown that we saw was the third different version. Vince McMahon rewrote the script twice. And it's intriguing to me because 2 of the 3 versions had the OC and the Raw Tag Team Championships somewhere involved in the main event. So you mean to tell me that on SmackDown, you find a way to have the United States champion and the Raw Tag Team champions, as soon as they win the belts, you're going to go straight to the dream match when we still have SummerSlam. Granted, to be fair, AJ is already going to face Ricochet. Kofi is already going to face Randy. But Darnell, Xavier Woods and Big E and Gallows and Anderson, I'm pretty sure they don't need Kofi and AJ to carry the sticks for them. I'm pretty sure they can make this match entertaining and must-see all on their own. Because I would rather see that tag team dream match on a pay-per-view stage with 20 minutes of free air than whatever last-minute match they're going to make for the New Day and whatever last-minute match they're going to make for the OC. How are you going to do the dream match right after they win the championships, then change that to Kofi versus AJ in singles with a whole lot of brouhaha on the outside of the ring?
Let's just say it was a lot to do at the main event.
But let me finish. So you have all that going on in the main event, and you have it to where after all the dream matches we've begged them for, after all the we want so-and-sos and so-and-sos that we've said on Twitter, you find a way to do Raw Tag Team Champions involved with the SmackDown Tag Team Champions almost immediately, but we can't get the match that you said yourself was going to happen last week on TV. So you're going to do all this extra stuff with the wild card rule. You're going to do all this stuff that doesn't make sense and all these big ideas on free TV, but you can't have the regular Women's Tag Championship. You're just going to have the same 5 or 6 women on TV every week when you just created a new championship for the other people in the division. Broke up a tag team to create the Kabuki Warriors. And they haven't even been on TV having matches so they can still look strong whenever they do get the match. Then out of nowhere, even though they're still supposed to get their match, Fire and Desire have an opportunity to have a match and get their own title shot.
And Let me go ahead. Let's get to the main event. As we previously said, it was a lot of gold in the main event. I didn't know you could see that many gold in one match.
Yeah, 4 different championships.
Champion versus champion, United States champion AJ Styles, WWE champion Kofi Kingston, followed by their brothers at ringside. And as you expect, is AJ Styles and Kofi Kingston. So would you expect anything less of a great match? Let's check out the finish. Let's get right to the finish, shall we, Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Kofi countered the Phenomenal Four with a Trouble in Paradise in midair. After Xavier Woods jumped off the announce table to take out Carl Anderson, and Big E and Luke Gallows, they just ran into each other. It's like 2 semis just ran into each other outside the ring. The Kofi Kingston hit the Trouble in Paradise while AJ Styles was in midair to win the match. I don't know if y'all watch it, but the look on Corey Gray's face told the whole story.
I know. You know what? I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm gonna let you finish first, because at least WWE had the courtesy to let them finish first.
That arena erupted when he hit that Trouble in Paradise. They ain't erupted with you know how the crowd they erupt when they hit the 3 count, right? No, they erupted when he hit that Trouble in Paradise. Kofi Kingston is rolling into SummerSlam. You don't want to lose on your way to a pay-per-view, but I mean, somebody had to lose, right?
Somebody had to. Might as well be the mid-card champion from the other show. You gotta defend your turf. But Darnell, that was great. That was fun. That was awesome. That was one of those things where it's like the way that WWE does their stuff. You wouldn't have expected to see that on TV. And you look down at, you look down at your phone, you look down at the bottom right of your laptop, you look up at the top right of your phone, and then you realize something, Darnell. You realize you got 4 minutes left in the show.
Well, we get to the other uncomfortable part of the week. Matter of fact, probably the last uncomfortable part of the week. Roman Reigns is finna tell who he's finna face at SummerSlam, which I don't know why they did a segment for that, or tried to, because we all knew who it was gonna be. But we didn't get there. Why we didn't get there? Because as Roman Reigns was making his way to his interview, somebody tried to drop Roman Reigns to death.
A lot of thunder for that one. That segment
was falling on him. Everything's falling. They made it so bad that the cameraman dropped his camera to go check on Roman Reigns.
And there were a lot of
camera.
There were a lot of cameramen in that segment. A lot of different angles where they caught the accident happening. Look, man, it's the same thing as the Seth Rollins thing. Like, you can't have the world champion of the show beating the champion of the other show, having his friends who are the tag team champions go up against and maybe set up something with the other tag team champions. You never know. I mean, November is a far way away, but is it really when you think about how WWE books their tag team divisions? Dude, you have all this stuff going on. You have all these championships involved. You have that finish, and then you rush a segment. Now the SummerSlam opponent is going to be, and I mean, dude, do we really know who Roman Reigns' SummerSlam opponent is going to be? Because I'm going to ask you this question, Darnell, and it's not rhetorical, because, dude, if we know who Roman Reigns' SummerSlam opponent is going to be, that means that it can't be somebody who he's already had a friggin' match with in the main event of a pay-per-view and people started leaving early. It can't be the guy he's had matches with on pay-per-views since he got back at WrestleMania. It can't be that one guy who wasn't on TV and filmed his whole promo in portrait. It can't be. Because why would you do a segment that takes all the air out of the WWE champion just super kicking AJ Styles in mid-air? Why? And why would you do it back to back where Roman Reigns isn't the focal point of any shows, but you're making him the focal point of the shows because he's the main event. There's no reason why he should be the main event right now. Why should people care about Seth and Kofi when all you're gonna do is make Roman go on last and have Roman's segment be the most important and the one with the most gravitas and importance to the entirety of the situation? Title segments that should have been the end of the shows. And it's like, okay, so we're gonna leave main roster TV thinking about Roman Reigns and who toppled all the stuff backstage on him. We're not gonna leave main roster TV thinking it's Seth okay. We're not gonna leave main roster TV thinking, oh my God, Kofi Kingston just pinned AJ Styles. What the hell? Like, no, we're not gonna think of any of that. We're not even gonna think of Trish versus Charlotte. Dude, we're gonna think of Roman Reigns getting something toppled on him backstage in a rush segment to end the show. Oh, by the way, SmackDown dropped below 2 million people in the TV ratings this week.
So right now, we have a Universal Championship match. We have a WWE Championship match. We have a United States Championship match. We have Trish and Charlotte. We have the women Raw match. We have the women's SmackDown match. We have Dolph and Miz. We have Finn Balor and The Fiend. There's 8 matches right there on the card for SummerSlam right now. And we have 1 week left. So there's still some more matches to go, I am presuming.
Yeah, because the kickoff show, it's a big 4 pay-per-view, so the kickoff show is going to be like 2 hours, ain't it?
Yep.
So yeah, there's still the Cruiserweight Championship match. I haven't watched 205, I'm not going to lie. So I don't even know if there's going to be a Cruiserweight Championship match as of right now. It's obviously going to involve Drew Gulak. You still got the Tag Team Championship matches that haven't been made official. I mean,
all 3.
Huh?
All 3.
All three. That's 3, 4 with the Cruiserweight title. I mean,
we waiting on the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, waiting to announce that. So that's 5 championship matches right there. So that's probably going to be it. So if you're a Cesaro fan, if you're a Braun Strowman fan, if for whatever reason you're a Baron Corbin fan or a Lacey Evans fan, if you're a
I forgot Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon.
Oh yeah,
and I'm believing Sami Zayn and Aleister Black gonna be at SummerSlam, if not on TV.
Yeah. All right, that's 7 potential matches with a 2-hour kickoff show. So guys, if you're one of those people who like to be hipsters and be fans of the people and say give so and so a chance, why is it so and so getting pushed? He ain't. Not right now. He ain't, because you still got the build up to SummerSlam and the fallout of SummerSlam. Then you're probably going straight into some international show in October. So he ain't. Sorry.
But let's get away from the uncomfortableness and get to some stuff that we like to watch.
You're used to the word uncomfortable or something.
NXT.
Mm-hmm.
We found out. Matter of fact, they opened up with the other semifinals of the breakout tournament. My dude Reed got beat by, I forgot the other dude's name. Was it Brunson? I want to say.
Yeah, country dude.
Yeah. So it's Brunson and Jordan in the finals. I hope that's at SummerSlam. I hope that's at TakeOver, because that would be good to watch. Now give them a big stage to have a finals. I would like to see that. Mia Yim confronted the champ. It's official. Shayna Baszler's next opponent is Mia Yim at TakeOver. And for once, Mia Yim let the hair down.
Ooh.
And I realized that's actually a good-looking woman. She let the hair down.
That's Keith Lee's woman, so you have fun with that.
Roger Strong, Pete Dunne. Painful match. And the Bruiserweight came out on top. And the Velveteen Dream got caught sneaking. So Pete Dunne has all the momentum going to take over as of right now. Candice LeRae was standing outside waiting on a certain somebody. That certain somebody didn't show up.
Oh.
William Regal said, I didn't want her to be here. Candice LeRae was like, okay, so I want a match at TakeOver. Will Rigger agreed. Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, TakeOver Toronto. So that's what, 3 matches already?
Yeah.
You ain't seen none of the NXT compadres of Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano because we already know they facing off.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. By the way, Warren Wigan did not give out the stipulation that he would pick yet, so we still waiting on that. It's a good thing. It has been confirmed. Undisputed Era with Fish and O'Reilly take on Street probably for the tag titles. So you have 5 matches right there. That might be your takeover card.
Yeah, because usually TakeOver keeps it between 4 and 6. And I mean, yeah, because, you got the North American title.
See, I wanted to get through all that first because, open up NXT Dallas.
Didn't somebody return?
Surprisingly, somebody returned. And some probably look totally different.
Yeah, if you were wondering lately, Tyler Breeze and switched up from the purple and all the pretty boy stuff. He went from the outlandish selfie stick to, the efficient smartphone. And you were just like, oh, this black, this haircut, this short hair, this stubble. Where is it going to take Tyler Breeze? And then, you just see the guy in the white wife beater and the blue jeans like the action movie heroes of old. And you think to yourself, man, that's Fandango.
That's Fandango. I need Fandango to change his music, man. That music don't fit him no more.
Yeah. Tyler Breeze is weird because, there have been, metrosexual action heroes before. But if these brothers are going to be coming out here like this and have this kind of edge, I mean, that ain't going to work. That ain't going to work.
Yeah. He might need to change his name, too, because that dude... Oh, he was so serious.
Yeah. That dude right there, that looks more like that reminds me of Johnny Curtis. that don't remind me of no Fandango.
And lucky for him because Jackson Ryder was about to destroy Tyler Breeze. So somehow, if you did say some prayers, that was your answer became Fandango.
Well, makes you wonder. I mean, because Fandango did have black ring gear, but if Breeze and Fandango are like really back as a tag team, like Fandango can't be wearing wife beaters and jeans. That's gonna clash so much with Tyler Breeze's whole shtick.
So like, it's crazy. It's crazy how that's going. So Takeover is shaping up, and NXT keeps getting interesting.
They really went like all in with the whole veteran with the United States military thing with the Forgotten Sons, huh?
Pretty much, but yeah.
Very black on his shins and his vest.
That's NXT for you for this weekend. Hey, next week they're gonna be reliving some of the matches from Gargano and Cole. It's gonna happen because they was. They did announce a match. I can't think off the top of my head right now. But they did announce a match for next week. That's supposed to be something to see. I can't think off the top of my head right now.
I can't remember either.
Oh, O'Reilly, Fish, and Street Profits, they're going to sign the contract next week.
Ooh. That is notable. That is notable.
So, hey, that's all I got for you.
Yeah, that's about all I got too. Again, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed whatever the hell the Broncos and the Falcons were on Thursday. But I mean, Darnell, it's just, we did the college football podcast this week. We did it this week. The Hall of Fame game was yesterday. So, I can't say it with as much vitriol and vigor because we are this much closer to us finally putting a foot up the city of Nashville's ass. So thank you. Have a good weekend. And now and forever, fuck the Tennessee Titans, also known as the Houston Oilers, who left that city hanging.